Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Get Cooking. Today we're off to Italy to learn how to make risotto. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe so you never miss an exciting episode. Now let's meet our instructor. Chef Luca is a chef and food stylist who's been cooking professionally for over 20 years. He earned his culinary degree in Italy and has worked in many Michelin star restaurants. For the past 10 years, he's taught cooking classes both in Italy and around the world. Today he's going to teach us how to make cuisine risotto, which is a classic Italian dish made with rice, seafood and a creamy sauce. It is often served as an appetizer or a main course and can be prepared in about 30 minutes. The ingredients are very simple and you probably already have most of them in your kitchen right now. Let's take a look at what Chef Luca is making. This looks amazing. I bet it's gonna taste even better. Seafood risotto is one of my favorite dishes. You can use whatever seafood you like, such as shrimp, clams, or mussels. But today, Chef Luca will show us how to make it with squid and fish. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe so you never miss an exciting episode. Alright, let's begin. Alright, first things first, we need to clean our squid. Chef Luca showed us last week how to do that step by step, so check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Here is the cleaned squid. Next, we'll cut it into small pieces like this, and these will be the pieces we'll use for the garnish later on. So set those aside for now. The rest of the squid we'll cut up even smaller and then fry it up. To start, add some oil to a frying pan on low heat. When the oil is hot, add a little bit of garlic and cook it until the garlic is nice and fragrant. Then add the chopped squid and cook it on low until the squid starts to turn white. Once it's almost fully cooked, add some salt and pepper and remove it from the heat. Set it aside for now. Next, we'll prepare our broth. To do that, add some water to a saucepan and bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, add half a cup of dry white wine, then add some salt and pepper and bring it back to a boil. Our broth is ready. Now we'll move on to the risotto. Start by adding some oil to a large pot or Dutch oven on medium heat. When the oil is hot, add half a cup of rice. Now we're going to toast the rice until it becomes slightly golden in color. Just like last week when we made pagella, we want to lightly toast the rice before adding the liquid. Toasting the rice will give us a nice, rich flavor. After about 2 minutes, add half a cup of dry white wine to the rice. Continue to fry it on medium heat until the wine is almost completely evaporated. Once the wine has mostly evaporated, start adding the warm broth, 1 ladle at a time. After each addition, make sure the liquid has been absorbed by the rice before adding more. Keep stirring the rice constantly so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Risotto takes a little longer to cook than other rice dishes because we add the liquid in stages and allow each addition to be absorbed before moving on to the next. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the fish. Chef Luca is using sea bass today, but you can use any firm fish you like. Remove any bones from the fish and then cut it into small cubes. Add some salt and pepper and set it aside. Once all the broth has been absorbed, we'll add the fish. Continue to stir the rice on low until the fish is heated through. Now we'll add the chopped fried squid and continue to stir until it's heated through. Seafood risotto is almost ready. While it's finishing up, we'll make the garnish. In a small bowl, combine the squid pieces with some chopped parsley and lemon peel. This will be the garnish for our risotto. Seafood risotto is done. And here's a tip from Chef Luca. When you're making risotto, you should always taste the rice as you go. That way you can adjust the seasoning to your liking. Risotto is traditionally served with a drizzle of olive oil on top. But since we've already added oil to the dish, we won't need to do that today. Instead, we'll serve our risotto with the garnish we made earlier. All right, let's plate it up. Add some risotto to the center of the plate, then add the garnish around the risotto. Voila, our delicious seafood risotto is ready to eat. I can't wait to dig in. How about you? Now that we know how to make seafood risotto, we're going to try making a couple different versions. First, we'll make a vegetarian version with saffron. Saffron is one of the most expensive spices in the world. It comes from the crocus plant and has a unique flavor and deep golden color. It's often used in Spanish and Italian cooking. To begin, we'll add the saffron threads to a small amount of warm water. This will help the saffron release its color and flavor into the water. In a large pot or Dutch oven, add some oil on medium heat. Once the oil is hot, add the onion and cook it until the onion softens. Add the rice and toast it until it becomes slightly golden in color. Just like before, we're going to toast the rice before adding the liquid. Toasting the rice will give us a nice, rich flavor. After about 2 minutes, add the white wine to the rice and continue to fry it on medium heat until the wine is almost completely evaporated. Once the wine has mostly evaporated, start adding the warm broth, 1 ladle at a time. After each addition, make sure the liquid has been absorbed by the rice before adding more. Keep stirring the rice constantly so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the vegetables. Chop the asparagus into small pieces and set them aside for later. Next, add some oil to a frying pan on high heat. Once the pan is hot, add the chopped zucchini, bell peppers and onion. Continue to fry the vegetables until they become slightly golden in color. Once the rice is almost done cooking, we'll add the cooked vegetables along with the asparagus. Continue to stir the rice on low until the vegetables are heated through. Now we'll add the saffron water and continue to stir. Now our vegetarian risotto is finished. Let's plate it up. Add some risotto to the center of the plate. Now we'll add the garnish around the risotto. And here's the final dish. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm sure it tastes just as good as it looks. For our final recipe, we'll make a spicy seafood risotto with arugula. You may need to soak your mussels in cold water for a few hours to remove any sand they may have swallowed.